Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am out again photographing manatees on a nice sunny but cold day. This manatee spotted me and decided to come and check me out. Very cool, very interesting. I have come to understand that they don't see very well, so anything they see in the water is more like a light shadows, so they have to come and investigate it themselves. And once they see that it moves around, they realize it's not a unmovable object, so that's when they kind of get away. But otherwise, they'll come and check you out. They're very curious and they're kind of tactile. They like to feel, so very cool. I spotted this manatee all by itself, and I realized it was really big, and I went to check him out, but he got underneath the rope and gave me a bad angle, so I decided to try it later. I did see all these fishes over the spring, so I went ahead and made an image because it was pretty impressive. I spotted this guy on the other side of the spring, and I went to him, but he was against that little protective fence there, so I kind of gave him a little bit of space, and then he started moving around and gave me better angles, but I didn't quite make an image, not at that moment. I did come back and made images later about him. I have come to learn that I needed a weighted belt to be in the water. So, as an example, this diver here, he is steady, not moving. Every time I try to do that, I would just move all over the place. I was kind of floating willy-nilly, and I realized that I needed a belt. So I went ahead and purchased that, but I do not have that in this video. So, things I keep learning as I go. And yes, a belt is to just stabilize you so you don't move all over the place. After that, I went to the spot where the manatees actually congregate to see what I can find there. It was a little bit more, the water was a little bit more dusty, foggy, but that's because the manatees are moving around and it's a sandy bottom, so I just came here to see what I could find. This is the same manatee from earlier. He did move around, so I saw him that he was kind of isolated, so I went to him, and that's when I made some nice images of him. Or it. This manatee was a great subject. It kept moving around, kind of coming up for air, kind of stay isolated. The light was hitting it very well. So I kind of just kept going around it and making different images. I just kind of felt at peace with this guy. Very comfortable and just a good looking manatee, really. And here are some of the images I made of this manatee. Like I said, I was very comfortable with it, and it was a good subject. So I did get a lot of blurry pictures, so there's still somewhat of a learning curve for me shooting underwater, but here are some of the pictures. At some point, I went and switched my wide-angle lens out for the macro lens to try some more close-up shots. But here's a good example of what I was talking about. You're gonna see me here that as soon as I raise up my legs, I kind of go floating. That's because of the wetsuit and the buoyancy that it creates. And if I had a weighted belt, I would not go like that so quickly. You want to be a little bit more stable in the water. But anyways, like I was saying, I did switch into the macro mode, and that way I can go and get kind of like more close-up shots of the manatees, like their faces and stuff like that. So let's see what we can find. As soon as I got through the ropes, this little manatee saw me and kind of came and actually swam right underneath me. If it was one of the big ones, it would not be able to get underneath me. This guy had a placo attached to its bottom, so I guess as soon as it realized that it was on there, it decided to start spinning to get rid of the placos. These are an invasive type of fish that they annoy these manatees like crazy. They are not, I don't know where they're from. They're called like armored catfish. That's what they're called. But they're actually placo. I believe they're from South Africa. So, and they are hard to get rid of. But here's the manatee successfully spinning around and getting rid of this placo, and that fish ended up coming right up to me. images that I made. Well, guys, as always, this is a very cool experience. You don't get to do this every day, so I'm very excited to keep on coming out and making images of these guys. I still have a lot to learn as far as underwater photography, as far as using the Altex system. There's definitely a learning curve, and as I go on, I pick up new tricks and new techniques to try and make this happen. So, thank you guys for joining me on this little outing, and I'll see you guys on the next trip. Thank you so much.